subscribers. 20 minutes. We're about to open a little differently today. We have our friends, the Dowsing Rods, and they're a little slower with me because this is not something I use frequently, but I do use it when talking directly to a spirit. So we're going to see if that is something we're able to do. Let's go ahead and clear. I've already done my prayer, so we'll get into that.
You should switch to 1-800 contacts.
Okay,
It's
so
so cheap.
one of the reasons why we're doing this is I do want to, hold on. I do want to see if I can talk to Nolan one time because we'll see. I'll give it like 5 minutes and see if this thing will work. I was just trying to do it a little bit before. But something kind of disturbed me. Now, what was it? Well, I was watching Don Lemon show today, and it was his 5 o'clock show today. And, he had someone coming on that he asked them questions. Let me see if I can find the Don Lemon show. Okay. Yeah, so there was a new friend that came forward with new details. This friend, and I'm going to put this in quotes, because this new friend, hey, Ladybug, this new friend's name, I think this is him. I'm trying to see if the pictures match real quick. This new friend's name, yeah, this is him. It's called Tracyton. It's Tracetine. Shepherd is his last name. It would be this young man that you don't see that well with my phone. That was his mother. He shares it. Up there, there's his name. So on the Don Lemon show. Hi, Becky. Hey, Leslie. So on the Don Lemon show, I'm trying to see if I can find where this part comes in. He is talking about the fight, right? The fight with the phone. And it didn't sit well with me. Okay. Yeah, it didn't sit well with me. Something did not sit well with me.
And sit on Friday. Okay, everyone? Here we go. Listen.
Okay. I want you to see this really quickly. Okay, so
I just know I've lost my best friend.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Trayston Shepherd declined to speak with us on camera because he says he and his friends are getting threats.
We did no wrong here.
I don't understand why you would not speak on camera in that case if you're getting threats, but people know your name and your picture. I'm just unsure here. But anyway, so this is from Good Morning America. Hopefully you can hear. Let me know if you can't.
And we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
Shepherd addressed this viral video that investigates.
I'm sorry. Like, the wording here is strange to me. Nobody wanted to see him die. Why wouldn't you say nobody wanted Nolan to die? Like, there's a C in this thing. Something's not right.
Investigators have been studying. Wells's parents worried it showed their son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's the
Okay. So he's trying to say, he's the one saying, give me my effing phone.
video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
So he's going with the stay behind girl story. Okay.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they've ever hung out was at Horn Island on July 4th.
That was the only time they ever hung out on that island on July 4th. These are some specifics that feel... Am I the only one? Hey, Carly. So, hold on.
Investigators believe Wells drowned and say there were no immediate signs of foul play.
Okay, investigators say there's no immediate signs of foul play. Okay, cool. But that's what I wanted
But
you
there
to
is
see.
growing frustration.
Was this friend, quote unquote friend. But here's the thing. The mom says this is not his friend. Yeah, he's in a picture.
So we ain't even going to talk about that. The other thing is that
But Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day.
man said on Friday. Okay, everyone? Here we go. Listen.
I just know I've lost.
Okay, so I wonder if this was the same. Okay. There's this picture.
My best friend.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Traced Shepard declined to...
Okay, this is a picture from the same day. Those two pictures were from the same day. Why would they show two pictures from... Because the other kid has multiple pictures, right? The guy, Javon. He has multiple pictures of being with him. Hold on a second.
Distraction. He's having a press conference on Thursday. Okay. Every time I've covered one of those press conferences, it's some bullshit,
We're going to read on the press conferences in a little bit, but hold on.
he says nothing. So we ain't even going to talk about that. The other thing is that another friend has come forward to corroborate what the other young man said on Friday. Okay, everyone? Here we go. Listen.
I just know I've lost my...
Okay, so this is the same, those two pictures are from the same day. It's not like it's multiple pictures of him being friends with this guy. So there's that, right? But like, listen to his word choice.
best friend.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Traced Shepard declined to speak with us on camera because he said...
And this is another thing. When you see him taking pictures with like his like real friends, I guess, like Javon and the other guys, he's extremely lax. He's extremely friendly. And like it like shows, but this seems like just a picture.
Says he and his friends are getting threats.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting...
We did no wrong here. I'm lost. I'm lost. Something feels really off about this kid's testimony. And I could be by myself. Y'all let me know what you're thinking here. But we did no wrong here. When did you get to be part of the we? I'm confused.
So much hate behind it. We all cared and loved...
Okay, we all cared and loved Nolan. Nobody wanted to see Nolan die. No one wanted to see his life be taken so short. This is strange to me because I just don't think that word would be there. I don't know. Because it's like nobody wanted him to die, is what I would think. No, nobody thought he would die. Nobody wanted to see him die. Nobody thought he would die. Nobody wanted to see him die. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is strange phrasing. Am I crazy here? Y'all let me know if I'm crazy here. But this is strange phrasing to me. If you weren't present, I don't know. Like, this feels strange.
Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die.
It's the sea. Nobody wanted to see. Nobody wanted. This is fake. Not fake. What's the word? Well, yeah, fabricated. This is, what do you call it? What do you call this? A decoy. This is a decoy. This is kind of a red herring here. It's gaslighting. Okay. Hey, Elise. Because, okay, so nobody wanted. We all cared and loved Nolan. This is the thing that every single one of them is saying. Obviously, this is not true unless you're saying a stranger came up and did something, right? Because why would he have drowned? So anyway, because he's a swimmer, he's a strong swimmer, and he's not going to be far out where the riptides and stuff. Okay, you're getting it too. Because when I first watched this, I went, "Ooh, something's wrong there." Like it was immediate, like, like, like a rejection, kind of like, yo, what are you saying? And now that I'm looking at it again, they only have the two pictures of him. And then one of the things that made me go, okay, yes, this is exactly what I'm thinking, is that somebody else made a post and they said his mom doesn't even know who he is. Let me see if I can find something on a quick search. Nolan's mom traced in. I'm going to put this and see if I can find that. Because I saw something. Again, not everything is true, right? But there was something. Yeah. See, his mom. Okay, so the thing about the lady, she said that that thing that the girl posted was not true. The one about the party, but because nobody knows this girl. She says nobody knows this girl. But here's the thing. I was a teacher in high school for 15 years. These kids have burner phones. They have burner accounts. And so, because at first I was like, the time is like throwing me off here. But then I remembered that kids have burner accounts. I think that was a burner account that this girl posted the story from. And they're like, she's posting it everywhere. So I just want to ask some questions. And so we're going to come back and ask this question. But this kid, the one that they're saying is his friend, I saw a post that said the woman didn't know him either. Like he never went to her house. Like they weren't best friends like that. It's not to say that they didn't know each other. Obviously they knew each other. They were in the same party. But all they have is these two pictures, whereas Javon has several pictures with him, several videos with him. And when I saw a video of that, they kept showing all the different videos and pictures that Javon has with him. So, because when he did an interview with TMZ. Now, here's the thing. When Javon said that too, with TMZ, I said, something here is not totally true. But Javon would not commit to what he was saying. He was like, oh, I think that was my other friend. He got in a fight. But when you consider what this fight is, where it says, give me my MFing phone and stuff like that, I'm like, this kid right here, the Trayton or whatever, what? His mom is weird. That was a weird name. he provides no context for him having been in a fight talking about some, give me my phone, give me my MFN phone. And then other people who were there said, yes, that sounded like Nolan. But then Javon got on to TMZ saying, no, that sounded far away, so that could not have been Nolan. I'm like, that doesn't sound like you're certain, honey. And if I feel the cover up is the honest truth. I really feel a cover up. I feel these kids are corroborating because the way this kid just talked about this boy, we all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. That's not a correct way. I mean, let me just say, I'm not what do you call it, an expert on psychology of people. It's just I've heard a lot of this conversation type of stuff before, and so it's like, nobody's saying they missed him. Nobody's saying any of that right now. They're just, why are you blaming us? We all loved and cared for him. I didn't even know this boy existed. So I'm like, who's blaming you, first of all? And if somebody's blaming you, it's got to be somebody who's been at the party with you guys because nobody even knew you existed. So for him to come out and be like, we're getting threats, I'm like, who the F are you? First of all, because this was the first time I heard of him. And I've been really into this case. So he's not in the pictures. He's not in the videos that we've seen. So it's like, who the F are you, right? We're not doing that, honey. You're going to have to find another reader. And it just, And then nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Okay, he's telling on himself because he knows he's lying. So his word choice is off, like the person who murdered somebody and talks about them in past tense while everyone else thinks they're missing. That also happened. One of the friends, like when the dad showed up to get the phone or whatever, or get the keys or whatever it was, they had already spoke of the boy in past tense. And it's like, but he's just missing, right? So why is he being spoken of in past tense? And so back to what I was saying about the girl in the burner phone, I think she's telling the truth. And it really matches. I'm not saying this for confirmation bias, but it really matches what I got when we did our initial reading. And I said, I feel gurgling. And like I watched it back and I'm like, I said something about water, but I said it's more than water. It's, I didn't say thicker, but I said I think his lungs got punctured. I think they broke his rib, like he got in a fight or something, and they broke his rib, and his lungs got punctured, and there was blood. I didn't say, I don't know if I said blood. I'd have to look, my nose is bothering me again. So I think we're going to be, I started to talk to him, or I think, like I said, we're going to do the dowsing rods for a little bit. They take a long time, and I don't really have patience. I'm not like those other people. It's like, got it. I just don't do that. So I'm going to see if I can, this is literally my third time using them. So we don't have a bond like that yet. But anyway, it bothers me because the way they're telling their stories, no. And then when they started talking about the kids were on Snap talking about the party, the very first time that I had seen this, I went, oh shit. Snap disappears in 24 hours. These kids are getting their story together. I didn't see the second autopsy. I don't know if it's been released yet. I have no idea. But what I got was gurgling and blood. And so when I read the girl's story, yeah, it hasn't been released yet. No, because I think he just flew out, Tuesday? Yeah, they said they expected the results on Friday. I guess it's this Friday? I don't know. This article is from the 13th. So I guess, Friday coming. Oh, no, okay. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump arranged for a second independent autopsy. Okay, so the first one said there was no foul play. No autopsy. Okay. More than a week after he was found, no autopsy results have been released publicly. Wells went missing. The sheriff said that his office found no signs of foul play, which has to be like no. Then you have Ben Crump arranged for a second independent autopsy. Crump said he expected the results to be released on Friday, July 10th, but at a news conference that day, he said shipping the body. I hate how we reduce people to a body, but you know, their spirit's gone, so. But at a news conference that day, he said shipping the body to Washington, D.C. was for examination was delayed after flights were canceled along the East Coast. Oh yeah, that did happen. Full autopsy results still have not been released publicly. Yeah, that hasn't stopped there being rumors, blah, blah, blah. So no, there are no autopsy results just yet. But I think this girl had a burner phone, a burner account. These kids operate with burner accounts. I think she used a created name and told the story. Because when you look at her story, it was just crazy. Because like I said, I got gurgling and I'm like punctured lungs and whatever. And then when I read her story, I'm like, I'm going to block you from my channel because I'm sure you can get the point. The title of my thing is Political Chat. It's PolitiChat. It's not personal chat. It's PolitiChat. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So just really quickly. Thank you, babes. Because I named my thing appropriately. Really quickly. Like I said, it's not corroborated. It's not verified. But I will say when I read it, I was like, this is what I was feeling. Again, try to watch for confirmation bias. But I'm too far. That's weird. I can't find it now. I don't think I deleted it. What the F? Y'all. Oh my God. It was a freaking advertisement. It scared me. Ay, ay, ay. Don't put advertisements like that. Okay. So this is my thing. I don't know if his nickname. All right, I'm going to mute you. Why do they have an ad that makes noise without help? It's a soccer ad for the lottery. Yeah, I don't trust anyone mainstream either. You heard there was some funny business with the medical examiner. Yeah, they sent the body out. Okay, that scared the bejesus out of me. Okay, but see, here's the thing. She calls him No up there. Because at first I was reading it like, who's No? Like what? And then I was like, oh, his name is Nolan. So if he goes by No, then I think that's even more to listen to her for a second, right? So she says, No did not get into a fight at the island. Okay, it was our other friend. No and Wyatt did get into an altercation right after that. Not even 10 minutes later. See, like but these kids are crazy, bro. Yeah, I did wake us all up. But kids are, I won't say crazy. Kids, having taught teenagers, bro, oh my God. It's, they don't know how to write, okay? So she says, No didn't get into a fight at the island. Why are you picking up my blocks? I think it's because my fan has a face. My fan. So she says, okay, there we go. No didn't get into a fight at the island. It was our other friend, Trayson, I guess. No and Wyatt did get into an altercation right after that, not even 15 minutes later. But see, that's the thing. This one's a fight, so she's talking physical here. This is altercation, so she's talking voices here. Right after that, not even 10 minutes later, because Wyatt took his phone. Exactly. Because the other boy said that there was a physical fight. So his friend got in the physical fight. No, or whatever, Nolan, was the one saying, give me my phone. See? So Wyatt took his phone and Evan was trying to be hard. Nolan was definitely screaming, give me my effing phone back. N-word, what's wrong with you? So they all calmed down. And that's when we head to Evan's house, which is where the car was found, by the way, at Evan's house, because he was throwing a pool party. Evan is the one who posted the pool party, y'all. Okay, so where is it? Evan's house, because he was throwing a pool party. So yes, No came to the party, which means he came back from the island. And yes, we was drinking, but Wyatt and Evan and Morgan and Andrew were really high. So they were doing more than drinking, the other ones. And I think they was trying to get Lucy and Natalia to try some. This girl is naming people's names at this party. Now, here's the interesting thing. The mom says she did not talk to her. And I'm wondering if the mom, I won't say is lying, because if this girl used an alias here, I wonder if the mom did talk to her, but she could say she didn't talk to her because she didn't talk to this real girl, this fake name. I think they're playing that kind of game. That's why they shipped the body straight out. I think they know what they're up against. Oh my God, the more I say this, the more it makes sense. Okay, so then what happened? But Wyatt and Evan, I probably shouldn't even talk about this because I don't want people to know. Oh my God, it keeps finding me. Where are we? You see how these kids don't use punctuation? That's how I notice a real kid too. God dang, they annoy me. Like, no, you're not doing the sleepover. Yeah, I don't let my kids do sleepover. She just asked, and it's so funny, like the week before this thing happened. And I was like, no, girl, I don't play that. I don't even know these parents like that. You can go for a couple hours and then I'm picking you up. But anyway, and then your brother got to go with you because I don't play that. So anyway, okay, so all these people were there, and Lucy and Natalia to try some as well. But yes, they got into it again at the pool party. It didn't end until almost 1 a.m. Now that is where I said her numbers, her time and stuff starts not making sense to me. Because the mom said she got a call at 11, and then the Coast Guard said they got a call at 11. Like, this is the only part to me that is questionable. But it's also like, did she really look at the time? So I don't know that part. She says, I know Evan mom kicked us all out once they started fighting. It was Andrew and Evan and Wyatt and Warren was basically recording and laughing, saying, get him. And all I could hear was No screaming, Mom. So yes, I tried helping. Then his mom came out screaming, yelling, drunk, make us leave, and was saying she was going to call the cops on us if we didn't leave her house. And they didn't let No leave, and No was by the basketball goal that was inside the pool. He was leaning over, gasping for air and spitting up blood. Now his mom, no, I just got off the phone with her. This is why I think that's a burner account. I seriously think that's a burner account. And then they're saying they couldn't verify this party, but it was verified. I seen it myself. because he didn't know that Instagram cross posts to thread. So this was a picture that was also on his thread account. And his thread account was up until yesterday when people started letting him know that his thread existed. So I actually have a recording of people going through his thread yesterday. So this was a real picture. And if you notice, there are no black girls there. So I think this is a black girl using AAVE because it doesn't look like there's any black girls there. So I think it was a non-black girl using AAVE and typing. So I'm not sure. Anyway, but it fit what I got. And that's the part that has me going, I think this is a burner account. And I think that's why the mom can definitely say, no, I didn't speak to this person, because I think she spoke to the real person. Like, really person. Yeah, so I don't know. And because I don't know, I want to ask. So I'm going to do this again. Y'all have patience with me, because me and dowsing rods, we don't move fast. Okay, and I'm still really awkward with them. So if we don't work with these, I'm going to go to cards. But let's try it. Hopefully y'all can see. And I just took my medicine, and I think I have a diuretic, so it's like making me use the bathroom a lot, which is another reason for late. So hold on. Gonna try to stop it. Girl, I'm gonna try to practice. Yeah. Let's see. If you see it like vibrating up and down, that's my heart beating. Because I could like see it do that. Okay. Hey, Cherry. Can we talk to Nolan's highest spirit? Can we talk to Nolan's highest spirit? I did ask permission if I could record earlier, so gonna let it finish. Okay, that's the yes that I get. I can't do like reset and all that stuff. Like, that's just way too awkward for me, bro. So let's see. I want to do a baseline before we get into this. Hold on. There we go. I want to do a baseline before we get into this. Is it currently winter in Miami in this timeline that I'm in? Is it currently winter in Miami? This timeline that I'm currently in. Now, mine doesn't do that swing open leg prostitute thing, but if you see it, it's getting wider, so that's a no. All right, let's do a baseline for yes. You see it's just going wider and wider. Okay, yeah. I see people, I'm like, you're not doing all of that, but I just realized it just opens slightly wide, and then that's it. Am I currently talking to some pretty cool friends that I have met over the last year? I mean, I think that's opinion, but go by how I feel. And I'm talking to some pretty cool friends right now. You know, like Elise and Becky and Carly and Leslie. You'll see it's getting closer and closer and closer. Okay, so there's a yes. Thank you. Okay. All right, so one more time. Maybe please speak to Nolan's highest spirit. Maybe please speak to Nolan's highest spirit. Okay. Thank you. Alrighty, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I'm gonna just call you Nolan, okay? Um, so, are you currently in the spirit world and no longer part of the human world this lifetime, in this dimension? Are you currently back in the spirit world, no longer a part of the human world, in this dimension? I don't mean if you're totally like not visiting anymore. I mean, like, are you passed over? Oh my God, did y'all see it just jump over? That's cool. Thank you. Oh wow, that's so cool. It like literally jumped over by itself. The older you're getting, the more you're coming to terms with. Listen, at least I definitely have it. That was trippy, wasn't it? Like, I never had that happen. So thank you. Um, okay. Like, I try to keep them like slightly one up and one down so that it makes the crossing easier, but it was like it lifted itself up. That was crazy. All right. So, or rather, his spirit lifted it. But is Tristan one of your really good friends? Is Tristan one of your really good friends? Like a best friend who would really know you? I'm not seeing a yes, y'all. Okay. He's not a really good best friend. All right. Is Tristan the one who was yelling for his phone that day on the beach? Nolan, in your higher spirit, can you let me know? Was Tristan the one yelling, "Give me my MF and phone" on the beach? Y'all. No. Was it you? Were you the one yelling, "Give me my MF and phone"? Or something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. Were you the one yelling for your phone on that recording? It's moving closer. And that's a yes. Did you ever get your phone back? Did they ever give it to you? Like once you got on the boat or once you ended up at the party, if that is what happened? Were you given your phone? I'm going to take that as a yes because it never uncrossed. So if you can cross more, that would solidify the yes. Did you ever get your phone back after you yelled, "Give me my MFing phone"? Okay, it's staying put as far as like a yes is concerned, so I'm going to go with yes. All right, so, mm-hmm. Did you go back with the people you came with? Like, did you get back on their boat? Did you get back on the boat with them? Okay, all right, it just moved further up. So yeah, I'm gonna count this as a yes as well. Oh my God, I'm getting so many chills. Oh wow. It's crazy. It feels like he's just so sad with some rage, but he just feels so sad. Did what they say about the boat taking on water and that's why they had to leave immediately? Was that true? Is what they said about the boat taking on water and that's why they left and left you early? Was that true? Okay, that's kind of a mixed question because we've established that he left. So let's just break the question in half. Was it true that the boat was taking on water and that's why y'all had to leave? Okay, this might be a yes. Let me see if there's a no here. Did you stay behind? Did you stay on the island and they left you initially? Did you agree to stay behind initially? It's moving like the of the bar is getting lower and lower, so I think it's starting to move wider. So I'm gonna wait a second. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so again, just to be clear, because it's the X is getting lower. Did the boat take on water, and that's why they left around the 4 o'clock or whatever they said it was. Was the boat actually taking on water? I don't think so, y'all. It looks like it's starting to open. Yeah, it is opening. I'm trying not to ask like a lot of questions. I'm just waiting. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not fast like your favorite dowsing rod person. This is literally like the 3rd or 4th time I've used it. So, but it looks like this is mostly a no answer. I'm saying mostly because I'm kind of hearing that they did say it out loud, like, oh, the boat's taking on water. But it wasn't exactly true. Was that true? Was the boat taking on water initially? Yeah, this story doesn't wash. This is a no. Okay. From your vantage point, hold on. Did you want to go back with them? Or were you trying to get on somebody else's boat and that's why they had your phone? Did you want to go back with them? Okay, hold on. Let me chop this question. I'm going to ask it the way you just did, Elise. Did they lure you back? And I don't understand why they would, but did they lure you back on their boat with your phone? Did they use your phone to lure you back onto their boat? That would feel like some kind of premeditation, like for murder or something. But looks like there's a yes to this, though, because it's getting closer. Did they use your phone to get you back on their boat? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, I can kind of understand, like, you had a disagreement with them and you don't want to ride back. Um, mm, yeah, I mean, but, like, I guess I'm trying to think, like, as a teenager, it's like, you get in a fight with somebody and you're like, I'll just catch somebody else back. You know what I mean? And then they're like, well, we got your phone or whatever. That's what it feels more like, of like hurt feelings. I don't want to ride with you, but I have your phone. So it doesn't feel like it really was a premeditated thing. But do you feel, from your vantage point as a spirit, as a soul who now knows more than you did before, do you feel that they were doing that as a premeditation to commit murder? Do you feel it was that? That they just wanted you back there so they could do something to you nefarious? Again, the X is moving lower. Yeah, because I'm hearing stuff like, I was just joking, man. Like, stuff like that. Hmm. He got his phone back, remember, Elise? Like, that's what we just asked earlier. I'm still waiting on the full answer here. So, again, from your vantage point as a spirit, did they lure you back for murderous intent? From your vantage point as a spirit, were they planning to commit murder that day? Yeah, the answer here is no. Like, it's widening now. So that wasn't the intent. I feel it was just stupid boy stuff. Yeah, it wasn't the intent. Okay, and we already got that he got his phone back. Look how it just opened wide now. Look how he did get his phone back. So, when they took your phone, did they erase your proof of being back on land at that party? Um, I'm getting chills again. I'm getting chills again. Oh my God, I'm getting them bad. Look at this. It's moving. Did they take your phone to erase proof that you were at that party? Yep. Yep. Okay, so they did take it to erase the proof. All right, so quick question. So the girl's post, is the majority of her post correct about what transpired? About the fight, about the drugs, about the drinking? Is her post majority correct? If yes, please make the X tighter. If no, just do what you do. Is majority of that post correct? Looks like it's getting lower, so it might be a no. Like the part about you coughing up blood. Like, was that true? It's not moving anymore. So, um, let me put it this way. Did you die at Evan's mom's house? Did whatever happen to cause you to die, did it happen at Evan's mom's house? I'm going to go with yes here. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think the yeah is to what I was just thinking because I just went and did they put you back on the boat to take you back? Did they put you back on the boat to take you back there? Do they put you on the same boat to take you back there? Do they put you on that same boat? Yeah, y'all, it's not moving. So I think we're stuck in a yes here. Okay. Were you still alive when you went back to the island? Were you still alive when you went back to the island? The X is moving. Were you still alive when you went back to that island? When they brought you back to the island? I'll tell y'all in a second what I'm seeing. I just want this answer to finish. Were you still alive when you were brought back to that island? Sorry. Okay, let me ask it this way. Were you partially alive? Like, was it obvious you were dying, but you were still barely breathing? Were you barely breathing when they brought you there? Okay. Now the X is going back up. So I'll tell you what I was seeing. I think they tried to force water down his throat to make it look like he did drown. Yeah, I'm getting chills. You see the X is climbing back up. So oh wow. Mhm. Okay. So yeah, what I saw was that he was not in a good way. Yes, the stomach, the throat, yes. I see like his hand around his like around his stomach, but like, you know, like coughing still, like it's like what she said, because I told you I saw gurgling and stuff. So like there's blood, but then they like tried to put water. That's why I saw the water mix. Like they tried to put water so that it would go down his lungs. And they can say he drowned. And then did they leave you there to die? Yeah, they did. Okay. Oh, all right. Thank you. I release you. Thank you so much. Um, the one thing this girl's story doesn't say, oh, I forgot to ask that part, but I'll ask that. It essentially corroborates with what she said. I do think she did talk to the mom. I do think it was a different girl, like an actual girl. I do think this was a burner account. And the girl did tell the story. I think they left earlier. I think they left earlier. The rest of them left at 1, possibly. But I think this crew left earlier. But I don't know where they would have gone. Um, I didn't ask if there was 2 separate days. I should have asked that. Damn. Because what I got was they were not going to let him go back home. That's what I got. Like the way that he was, there was no way they were going to let him go back home. I meant to ask. I mean, I didn't mean to ask. I just didn't know to ask. I'll write it down for another day. Um, but I'm gonna have to take a break and use the bathroom because this diuretic is working. Because it's part of my medicine. I gotta make a note somewhere for me. Probably tomorrow. Was it 2 separate days? Was it 2 separate days? Like, do they keep him in the boat? Like, he could have survived. He could have gotten help, is what I get. But I get that they had no way of letting him go home. Like, they were like, there's no way he can go home. There's no way. Because we'll get in trouble for this, you know. If they got those boys separate, they would crack them like pecans. Because they got a couple weak ones. All right, I want to, yeah. Let me use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I had to clear that one. Ooh, child is heavy. Like, he felt so alone. He felt so alone. Alone, alone, alone. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely harder. Oh my gosh. But it's also like, yeah, he could have lived. That's the sad part. Is he could have lived, but they didn't want to face. It's weird to think that way. Like they didn't want to face him. They didn't want to face his mom. They didn't want to face what they had done. Right, Sis? Like, oh my God, there were just so much heartbreak. Yeah, the boys are sadly altered, and even if they had once of not being stupidly too many. Yeah, I think it was the drugs, to be honest. Um, that part. But from what I gather, Nolan didn't. I'm not sure if he participated or if he didn't in that particular part of it. I think he had decided, because I just got that right now. I think he had decided this was his last summer with them. It just feels like it was a final thing. Like it was something he had made up in his own mind that this was going to be it. I hope they get caught. Like I said, when I read it first, I see it dragging. This is why they can't give the phone back. Yeah, I can't tell if he did. It feels like a no, you know? Um, it feels like a no, but I could be wrong. He might have done something. But I think it was a no. Oh, I think it was a no. Because it feels like one of them, and I keep going back to Wyatt. That's the name that I keep getting back. And it was like, I don't even know which one is Wyatt. Um, it's like, you think you're better than us? Like, that's what I heard, like, this rage of, you think you're better than us? Like, that kind of thing. So, yeah, he had decided this was the last time he was going to be there. They possibly have. What's really interesting is I did go ahead and watch someone else channel him. And I had actually been resisting it because I'm like, one, it's too soon. But I just kept feeling like he wants to talk. And I don't know who Wyatt is. It's just, that's the name that stands out the most. That's the name that has the resonance to it. Right. I get the chills or the resonance to it. But she got that he might have done a line of coke or something. And I'm like, I don't think so. And I forgot what else she got, but I think that's the only thing I remember her saying. And I was like, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Because she got peer pressure for him. So that's why I'm like, I'm not saying I'm a better medium than her. I definitely am not saying that. So I'm like, maybe he did. I don't know. From peer pressure, but what I just heard was, you think you're better than us. So I think he didn't. She got that they might have put something in his drink, and that's why he got mad again, or he got mad at the island for that, or something. There's something they did without his consent. Don't play that. This boy right here is lying. This for entertainment purposes only, solely my opinion. This is just what I'm getting. But this boy, this shepherd boy, he's lying. He's lying. He's part of the cover. Because first of all, he could have stayed in the background. Nobody would have even known his name. So who put him up to this? Nope, nope, nope. I'm not buying it.
to see his life be taken so short.
Shepard.
Because you saw it. You saw it, though, dog. You saw it. If he was... I don't know. Like I said, it looks like in the pool, at least. I don't know. Whatever. The pool picture's real. Evan accidentally cross-posted it on thread. Thread. I forget which one it was. He posted on his IG. It automatically cross-posted. So he didn't know it was there. And people on threads yesterday were messaging under it. I was like, why would y'all do that? Why would you alert him to the fact it was there when you should have been like getting in contact with, you know, like the lawyer or the parent or something and saying, hey, his thread is still up. Go check it out. Because his mom was on thread. So you could have just said, hey, go check it out. He's still here. You can grab it yourself. She might have, you know, but it is validated. It is real. And if they're telling you it's not, it's because they're trying to keep it shut. They're trying to keep tight. And I think she did talk to a girl. The account that is posting that story, I think that account is not telling the real name. I think it's a burner account. Kids have burners. They have Finstas and all that kind of stuff. So 15 years of a teacher, I know. Their parents don't know they have these accounts and stuff. Looked like he was out of it. Yeah, I think they were messing up with him. Wyatt is the one who owns the boat. Oh, okay. And he's the one with the judge mom. Okay. It's him. It's him. That's why she's stepping in so hard. It's him. Okay? Anyway, exactly, Carly. Clear spirit. I keep getting. Yeah, he was a good kid. He was taking care of his body. I think he plays for... I don't know anything else beyond what I've been getting, honestly. But from what I could tell, he's just such a good kid. Nobody seems to have any, like, oh, he got in trouble, like that kind of stuff. It doesn't seem to be a thing. And, like, if he drank, he drank because it was a beach party, but I'm not getting that he was a drunkard or anything like that. Like, couldn't do that. She's real fast. If he was roofie, I don't know. That's what the other medium got, was that they slipped something in his drink. I didn't ask. Y'all saw that. One, I'm impatient. So that was taking a very long time. And two, I am very cognizant of the fact that it was taking a long time. So it's like, all right. I am going to probably go in probably tomorrow and ask some more questions. But I think the mom is just keeping her mouth shut on things because I think she realizes what a den of snakes it is. Excuse me. That they're dealing with right now. Because the mom goes and posts, the stepmom goes and posts a thing using her judge letterhead. It's like, at this point, woman, you're a stepmom, not a judge. So you're trying to sway opinion. And then she did it with the picture of the Bars and Stripes flag in the back when Mississippi took that flag out of their thing. So you deliberately use that flag? Okay. So was that a whistle? Could have been. Could have been. All right. So back to other types of politics, because this is still political. You know, beef, and she had a different take. He's a new friend. I just showed him. He went on the Good Morning America, and he was saying it was him saying, "Give me my effing phone." So they're getting a story corroborated. But the way that he talked about Nolan had me going, hold on. Wait a second, baby. You're saying some weird ass words right now. Like nobody wanted to see him die. Like nobody wanted to see. That's weird, bro. It would be like nobody would think he would die. Like, you know what people do when they're grieving, like nobody thought he would die. Nobody imagined he would die. You know, like different types of words. It's not nobody wanted to see him die. wanted to see him. Yeah. Yeah, he's the other light-skinned black guy, so he's the token of the group. But it's weird because when Javon was talking, I'm saying, he's he's not committing to the story of that wasn't Nolan, but he's saying, I think it was my other friend. And then all of a sudden we got another friend popping up. Okay. Okay. So basically, y'all lying. And I knew that was going to happen because this one woman, like the day it happened, I saw her commenting under other people's threads, and she's like, my daughter goes to that school and whatever, and she was saying that the kids were on Snap, and they were talking about how Nolan didn't leave with them and whatever, and I'm like, oh, so they're on Snap corroborating the story. Got it. And Snap has disappearing messages. 9 of Cups. They think we're the fool. 9 of Cups. They're over here trying to manufacture the story. But it's not going to wash because it has way too many holes. Yeah, I haven't really watched anything either. That first day I told you, like, I was stuck. I was reading everything I could because it's a nightmare. I will tell you though, Ben Crump, the reason they got him is because it brought it to the front so it can't be buried. Ben Crump was the right choice. Was the right choice. He's gonna help this case come. Like I said, it's gonna be slow because that's a cups. Sorry, that's a cups card. It's gonna be slow, but you see, as soon as they signed him, they've been on Good Morning America, CNN, Darlene, like they've been everywhere now. Because no, you will not bury this. And then Al Sharpton, yeah, he came in. It just gives fire. So this manufacturing that they're doing is not going to wash this secret that they have. Look at the moon, look at the water. Baby, it's going to tell. It's going to tell on them. Yeah, because what people don't realize is they're like, he's an ambulance chaser or whatever. I'm like, no, his presence alone just elevated this case. And these people could have very easily have had an unsolved mystery because of the judge and the other law enforcement people whose children were part of this group. And you see the kids are out there doing their little Snapchat thing, telling different messages. Exactly. It's going to end the right way. All this delusion and stuff they're trying to do, oh no, it's going to be very clear. Very clear. Very clear. Hey, Sean. Oh, girl, we just had the most heartbreaking reading just now. All right. So, that was heavy. Let me do another chime of the bell because we're going to get on to Lindsay real quick. We're going to get to Lindsay. What did I just do with the stick? He's so sad. The boy. That's so weird because the other medium's like, oh, he didn't know he died. Yes, he did. He knew. He knew. He knew and he knows. He knew. He didn't know why he had to, because he didn't have to die. He could have been saved. But they did not want to own up to what they did to him. Okay. Well, yeah, that's why they took him to Washington, D.C. You find it odd that the mainstream is even following the story? Oh, no. That's Ben. Ben is the fire. You see, he was King of Wands just then. Ben is the fire. He's going to get out there. But even the way that they're telling the story is to muddy it. This other kid was on Good Morning America. The kid who just lied was on Good Morning America. They came up with the friend that the kid who called in a TMZ. Like, think about these weird places they're calling. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's so worried about her. But one thing about that lady is, and her husband, but she especially, she's extremely smart. So it's like when she realized, and then him too, when with the bit with the phone and the keys, she really okay. And then when she saw that judge, how the judge plays, okay, okay. And then that's when she immediately got Ben. Right after that, exactly. Exactly. She see how they're pulling things together, trying to sew it up, trying to keep it from coming to light and from coming to truth. She's like, okay, we're gonna rebalance these scales. Yep, yep. Because that mom is smart, very smart. So she's like, I'm not buying the story that you were giving me. You over here trying to stall me and keep me from. Nope, nope. My heart is broken, but I promise you, I'm gonna go forward. When my son gets peace, then I will know rest. After that, no. Yep, all of that pushback. Yeah, she's super smart. I don't know if I could be her, and I pray I never am. Okay. Now, Lindsay. Ooh, okay. What was that chill about? I'm not doing that for Lindsay. Um, his sister is taking his place. Remember, we got the two queens for Lindsay? Mm. His sister is a Gemini. So we had the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, remember? Or was it the Queen of Cups? It was the other queen, whichever the other queen. Those queens look back to back. You know, they looked away from each other. Um, and I was trying to figure out who was that Queen of Swords. His sister is a Gemini. Yeah, this is why there's going to be a hung jury then a second trial. I think so. I think so. Isn't this interesting? It was the Pentacles. I can't remember. But I just know they looked opposite. I'm very curious because we have an Eight of Pentacles here that just hit this table. And we have that they're trying to keep the balance and they're trying to manipulate stuff magically. Not magically, manifest, like stay in control. So they're trying to keep the balance where they want it to be. So that's why they went after her. There's a Trojan horse about this though. That's because of the confirmation hearing. Oh, remember we read that it put Toddy Waddy's confirmation hearing in jeopardy to have two people missing? Cause how you name his sister 24 hours after he dies? You ain't gonna let her grieve? Like damn. So yes, they're trying to push her through because of this confirmation hearing, but baby, gotta pay the piper. Gotta pay the piper. There will be information brought to light here. You will have to face that consequence. So that's the magic they're trying to go. But ooh, there's an empress right here. There's some pregnant information. I'm telling y'all. Something about Toddy Waddy is coming out very, very soon. Matter of fact, so soon, when I was on Thread tonight, somebody connected him to the files. Y'all, let me see if I can find it right quick. Pop this. Look at him. Oh man. Let me turn it. I was so puzzled. Yeah. So here's a younger guy, Toddy Waddy. So this girl right here on Thread, the Heather Ashley, find her and read through this entire thread. It's like 30 threads, 23 threads. Okay. She's connected Toddy Waddy to an epi email. Didn't I say it was going to be an epi email? I sure did. I said it was going to have something to do with the files. Yes, I did. Okay. I sure did. I sure did. Anyway, I sure did. So here's his file. Here's the email. You can't read it because it's too big here, but here's the email. They had it redacted. She had unredacted it. And there he is, black Toddy Waddy and some other names. I sure did say it was gonna have something to do with them files. I surely did. I didn't know how it was connected, but look. Yeah, I keep hearing Annie Andrews. Um, but they need her for the confirmation hearing because they need him in place. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there's some information that's about to be birthed, honey. And it's gonna tear that table apart. Congress ain't gonna be lockstep with him. Nope, nope. They're not gonna be lockstep with him. See, there's the lovers again. Now there's some who are, tied. Let's see. I got the Hermit here and the Emperor in reverse, and there's the Queen of Swords. So there she is. But karma's still coming. Oh shit, hold on. There's a lot here. Hold on, pause on. Pause on. Okay, it's a whole bunch of what do you call these things? Major arcana coming up. So we got the Emperor and then we got the Hermit. We have somebody investigating. Y'all see how this Hermit card looks in this particular thing. You got somebody investigating. And so they put her in place, but karma is coming. Karma is not only coming, but she is going to bring some hope, some guidance, and a nightmare. Sister's not going to be able to do what she's put in place to do. Because there's the Two of Swords and the Devil. But I saw it. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. That information is going to get out. Page of Wands is your boy. Okay, so Maggie just came in my head. Oh, yeah, we got to. Maggie just came in my head. She didn't release all her information in that book. I don't trust her ass, though, because she said she spoke to him in like February, March. I don't trust her unless they gave her. Oh, okay, never mind. She's playing a game. She's playing a game. Because she got more to give. See, that's the Page of Pentacles. She got more. She has more to give. She's playing the game. Because, y'all, the Tower is here and the King of Cups is here. She's playing a game. Okay. We're going to have to circle. I told y'all, the EO was not dead. And given what they're doing, supposedly doing this week, the EO is not dead. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm talking about that kind of stuff. She not finished. There's a tower right here, the one that they've been trying to put off. And there's an EO right there, the one they're trying to put off. Woo! Hold on. Okay, so that brings me to this. She knows about it then. I was wondering what this Eight of Pentacles was about. Y'all know this is our original card. I knew exactly what you're talking about. I knew our original card for shenanigans was this card. And this is the one that hit the table. So this is what we're talking about with regards to this sister. They have to get Toddy Waddy in. Because if they don't get him in, they're not going to be able to pull off the shit on It just came together. Okay. Oh, okay. They have to confirm Toddy in order for the tomato soup to happen. Soup replaced with a C. They have to confirm Toddy to have tomato soup. Because the Queen of Cups is right here. Wait, what was the first card on here? The first card on here was the Magician, right? Wasn't that the first card out? Hold on, let me see. The first card on this deck. No, there was Temperance. Okay, right? No, it was Temperance. Yes. Oh my God, what was the first card on this deck? Why I felt like it was the Magician. I could have been wrong. Oh, it is. Yeah, the Magician was here and Temperance was here. Right. Temperance was in front of here, and then the Queen of Cups is right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is what this is about. This is what this is about. They have to put in Toddy so that this tomato soup with a C can happen. And the conversation that we're expecting from the AI guy is on the 16th. He put it all the way at Thursday. And by he, y'all know there's an asterisk there because he doesn't actually exist anymore. It's a bunch of people, with prompts and things. But his conversation's not till the 16th, which should be when Toddy would have gotten confirmed. So then, if Toddy got confirmed in the day, then the speech would have been, but there's a 4 of Swords on this speech here. Hold up, swole up, before you even go any further. Pause. Oh shit, some judgment. I don't think Toddy's gonna get it. We talked about that last night. See, with Lindsay dying, it has shifted some things. That's right, Suze. You're right. So many he's that don't actually exist. But Lindsay dying was not part of the plan. I think somebody else playing a different game. So Lindsay dying threw shit out of whack. Because he was supposed to still be alive. They were supposed to do a proxy for Mitchie Poo. And he was supposed to get in real easy. Well, Judgment's here, babes. Ooh, and the 3 of Swords is here. So there's something Toddy Waddy has done. Ooh, I think they're going to be able to link him to an interesting phone call or email if this email gets seen. Because best believe they do scour our social media, and I'm not talking about just the bad guys. Yes. That's interesting. Okay, so there's some illusion delusion here. Okay, so they're going to talk about how he messed up a certain case and how he was used as the guy's personal dude and how he kept things from going forward. What is this? The 4 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the Strength card, which is an 8 in reverse. That's the what goes around comes around to me. And then the 10 of Swords. And then the Wheel card in reverse. Oh my God, no, he ain't getting through. Tower, World. They're going to play with him and get out of that. And he will be out of our hair because he's attached to the pedos. He's attached to the pedos. Ooh, and that information definitely will be finding its way forward. Oh, look, there's 2 pages again. Hear ye, hear ye. And then there's a Schmoters. That's something about his predecessor. What did Blondie do? What is Blondie gonna do? Bro, look at these cards that hit him back to back to back. 4 of Swords, Eight of Swords, weakness, Ten of Swords, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Tower, World, and Five of Wands. Baby, pack it up. Pack it up. Leave. He's leaving, leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. One of the girls today talking about don't confirm him. Ooh, really? I think Livy said something similar too, actually, now that I think about it. But we had got that yesterday, so I don't watch it because I get mad. I don't watch those confirmation hearings. I get so pissed off. I be like, who are you talking to? That's why I can't be in Congress. Who are you talking to? Oh, I know you ain't talking to me. Shit, let me be talking to Narco. Boy, you were just up here with us. Who you think you talking to? Senator White House. Question is confirmation. They have the evidence. Perfect. He's leaving, leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Okay, so it does have something to do with Georgia. How is he connected to Georgia? Oh wait, that's what they're talking about. Jay Ossoff and Warner, because Warner just got that House bill, so that's why they were okay with that House bill going through, because they're going to try to invalidate it. Wow. Okay, that's why Georgia. And he's going back to find. Going back to find. All right, Gladys. I have not sung a Gladys Knight song in my life. So let me see why your lyrics are coming up. Georgia. Gladys Knight and the Pips. Going back to find a little place of mine. 1973. Jim Weatherly wrote Midnight Plane to Houston, and that's where they got it from. Lyrics. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Okay. LA proved too much for the man. LA proved too much for the man. Okay. Too much for the man. He couldn't make it, so he's leaving the life he's come to know. Oh, he's going back to find what's left of his world, the world he left behind not so long ago. He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. So he's going back to a simpler place in time. Oh, are you going to go private sector? Don't worry. The handcuffs will find you there. I'll be with him on that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. He kept dreaming, that someday he'd be a star. But he sure found out the hard way that dreams don't always come true. So he hung all his hopes, and he even sold his own car. Bought a one-way ticket back to the life he once knew. Aw, Toddy, Waddy. Ooh, let's go to Fanny. Right, and the way they don't answer questions. Listen, Elise, the black mama just rear up like, I'm talking to you. You better say something. I can't stand silence when I ask you a question. Baby. Oh, yeah. We're looking at a 7 of Pentacles and a Page of Pentacles. The stuff we've been waiting on, this evidence is tipping toeing. Going back to find. Fanny, what you got? Fanny was the one who was prosecuting them, wasn't she? The one they tried to lock up. Fanny. Girl, there's a leak coming. King of Swords, that's him. There's a leak finna come out. Ooh, good night, sweetheart. Is Summer in there? That's why they don't meet the house, because the house would be on their behinds. Okay, something's up. Something's up. Something's up. Okay, let's see. Fanny. Fanny girl. Fanny Wilson, I think her name is. Night babies. Fanny Wilson. Girl, I can't. It get my nerves up. Fanny Wilson, Fanny Wilson, Fanny Wilson. Is that her name? Fanny Wilson? Somebody look up her name for me, please. Leaving, leaving. Oh, yes. Fanny got the goods, girl. Look at that 3 of swords. Right there. Fanny's got the goods. Oh, and whatever she got, it's gonna be good, good. Victoriously good. Oh, she had some plans, baby. And that's why they threw her out. But guess what? I will survive. Oh, yeah. She got some shit up her sleeve. Look at this Knight of Swords. Oh, Fanny. Fanny, boo. Because, girl, the Ten of Cups is right here. Ten of Cups, willless. There we go. But Ten of Cups is, again, that breakup. Like, you can't sit with me. Hold on. Oh, we got the 8 of Swords. She got some freedom here. Let's see. Oh, she got the 7 of Wands. Do not pass go. Do not cross $100. Okay. And that star card in reverse. Ooh, tell me about it. Going back to find. Okay. This is the case she was having him under. The 10 of Cups, and then he managed to sneak his little ass out with the 8 of Swords in reverse. But she got some barriers, some blocks, some traps, something there. The 7 of Wands, she got some do not pass goes that deal with this here, this 3 of Swords here. The Star card. I do feel that, one, there was interference, obviously. But 2, this felt, dark night of the soul type of stuff. This feels like she had given up for a second. But Keisha's running. And Keisha assured her they're going to go after this again. Because that's why Keisha's trying to get into governor. Oh, and she's Scorpio? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Keisha's running. Yeah, because she was depressed for a while. It feels like she was depressed. Like she was kind of lost for a while. Yeah, I'm getting chills behind that. Okay, so there's the 3 of Swords. Again, she's going to be victorious this time. The evidence they tried to get her away, she still has. She had it locked away somewhere. And then they used their abusive powers to try to take those things. But she's smart. And she's going to make sure that they face consequences. Yep, there's the other interference. She knew who else was part of this. This feels like Brian Kemp. The King of Cups. He's a weird one. He does some good things and then he does bad things. Like, he's a weird one, man. It's like if he was not part of that party, he probably would have been a good governor. But broken white boys. Yeah, so there's that delusion and stuff that he put in place, because he used to be like supervisor of the ICEy, and he did his own recount. Like, what? Oh, okay. So again, try to escape judgment, but that 6 of Swords says there is no moving on. I think it's going to circle back to him as well. I think he's going to get wrapped up in it. Oh, I don't see Tulsi anywhere on here yet. So, I don't see her anywhere, but I feel like Tulsi's not a total bad guy here. It's weird. I feel like she circled back and did something, said something. No, she's not here at all. I mean, like I said, I see them taking off with the stuff. So there's the Knight of Pentacles, that whoever that judge was that signed off on that. There's the phone call, the order to get it done and to do it. They tried to block it and refuse it, but they still came and they took all the boxes. But those people, they were expecting the fight. So they copied what they could because they know she won. They know she won. And it's interesting because it's the 2020 they're coming after, but they know who they're actually trying to come after. And they know she won Georgia. And that's going to come down to, that is wild. They know who's been interfering. Okay. I still don't see Tulsi there, or the FBI, or anything like that. Y'all saw it wasn't even swords. What is it? 1 sword, 2, 3. That's it. Oh yeah, and the treason, three of swords, and the fact that he got out. But out of all those cards, it was just 5. Okay, so Fanny's got something up her sleeve for real. Whose aunt? Tulsi's aunt died 24. Somebody killed her, which is how I think they got her on board. And the person who killed her supposedly killed themselves this year in February. Done in the dark. That person was paid to do it. They were paid to do it. Paid your ones, that, and then there was a consequence. I think they were getting ready to tell what actually happened, like how what they did, but they found her strung up in her cell. That lady was about to spill the beans. Georgia has been, Becky, I lived there. When I say that man did not win, and I'm talking about Brian. I'm not even talking about the other guy. When I say he didn't win, wielding power in secret, that's what he did. He didn't win. Stacy won both times. Both times. And that last time, especially because Hollywood was in Georgia at that point. So, yeah. And that information is going to get out too. The secret card here, the information they've been trying to dump. Yeah, that junk is going to get out. Like, once these dominoes start, all the dominoes start. Yeah, and then like Cobb County, I think it was Cobb County, did not even get their absentees. They had to take them to court. The judge said on November 1st, you have to send out the absentees. Till like November 7th or 8th. And you have to send the absentees overnight. So you know what they did? They appealed and then said that they had to be in same day. Same day, the November 5th. And it's like, how? If you just got the note on November 1st that they have to go out, which means it won't get there until about November 2nd or 3rd. And then they got to put it in the mail to try to get it back by the 5th. Listen, Sean, Brian ain't Wando. Yeah, Keisha's good. All right, yeah, there's a hold up there for real. Mm-hmm. There's a hold up, and that hold up is going to be strong. So I think this bodes well for Keisha. There's a release of anxiety and fear, not buying the BS, seeing through the Trojan horse with consequences being met. Yeah, please understand, they're not the only one who's going to be challenging results. They will not be the only one challenging results. I don't think the people will let this wash a second time. Exactly. The people will not let this wash a second time. If you don't count them things again, Six of Pentacles, take them back and count them again. Nope, this ain't the way it's supposed to go. Okay, so his sister, the point of Lindsay's sister, her name is Darlene. She changed the spelling of her name. Girl, exactly. He wouldn't even show up to debate. You can't debate Stacy. She's a writer, a teacher, an activist. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look, somebody look at this. That Justice card flew out. Oh, hold on. There's another reason they need that girl right now. They're going to try to push another justice before the midterms. Yep. 7 of Cups. 9 of Swords. And they're not going to do well. Ace of Cups. It will not wash. Because the people will move on. No, they're not going to stand for that. That's what this is. Because here's that boy, Toddy Waddy, followed by treason, followed by that ten of Pentacles. They're going to be looking at his legacy like, no, sir. No, ma'am. No. That Six of Pentacles in reverse. No, sir, no, ma'am. That's not going to happen. I think he's going to have a hard time with Congress. We got the Hierophant right here, and it's a burden because they got so much research on his behind. Trust and believe they were gathering this stuff beforehand. Oh, and I heard, speaking of this, Queen of Pentacles, that Chrissy's getting a divorce. Yeah. I mean, there's big things for Stacey. There's still big things for Stacey. Believe that. See the song Midnight Train in Georgia just played again. So Darlene's job is to be in place for these two big things. Trying to get another Supreme. Yep. Oh, this is his plan. Page of Cups. That's Narco's plan. Okay, Sean, I can't wait. Like, we're going to have to write a book about the founding mothers of TikTok. The founding mothers of TikTok. We knew this way back when. Okay. Yeah, he's manipulating this, y'all. He's manipulating this. But I think this stuff going to come to light. Especially that he's the shadow. I think so. Because I don't think the people going to stand for this. Oh, you know who definitely won't stand for this? Page of Wands. That boy Shady. Oh, this is interesting. Once again, he think he about to be on a new journey. The fool think he about to be on a new journey, using this woman as a. What do you have over her though? Because there's some hidden agendas here, but it's a non-victory. Because speaking of, that also counts as Pete, and again, Narco's relying on Pete. But guess what? That's the Ten of Swords. Because somebody's gonna get a little bit of a spine and come up against him. And I think those somebody's going to be people who have had to survive a conflict that should not have been. This is interesting because this is something that's been baking for a while. Because the truth is, these people are supposed to come home at some point. And what happens if they don't? Now you got to tell your people, now you got to tell their people how they died. Or what happens if they come home and they're missing limbs? Now you got to explain to people what happened to them. Exactly. So the thing about a pregnancy is a baby got to come out. Something got to come out. They don't cook past 9 or 10 months. I mean, I did read of this Indian woman, like literally from India, Indian woman who was in labor and she walked past this tent where there was, a maternity tent, and she heard all that screaming and she's like, nah, I'm good. But what ended up happening was her baby died inside of her because she didn't give birth, and the baby calcified. And so when they took her tumor out, they found teeth and hair. So does it happen? Yeah, it does happen. But I'm sorry, I just had to tell you this gross story that I read for no reason. That said, that's a pregnancy, which means the results will be seen very soon. Very soon. And there will be no hiding it. You're going to have to explain why people are missing, how they got missing, or how they got hurt. And if they got hurt and you're not letting them come back, you're going to have to create ways for them to go missing. In other words, you just dug your own hole. You know what I mean? I'm wondering, honestly, Sean, because when I looked at the picture of Lindsay's card, and then I didn't know who that Queen of Swords was, and now I know it's her because she's a Gemini, she was looking the other way. Which means to me, which feels to me, like she might, not play his game. It's so high. Exactly. It is so high. And we're going to have to account for that. And how do you account for that when you said it's only been 6 or 13? I forgot what number we're supposed to be up to, but it's like 13. And baby. Okay, actually, let's look at this. And that's the crazy thing is, like, we're suing ourselves, basically, because it's our money. But at the same time, it's like, y'all didn't do anything to stand up for it, so. You didn't stand up for us, so. Tell me about Darlene. What's working on her? What do they have over her? Because she should be grieving. He's 71. She's 9 years younger than him. So that means she's, what, 65? Whoa. Okay. Hold on. Silence proved you were never in control. Wanting more broke the pattern. Silence proved you were never in control. Yeah, they're still saying like only 13 in 5 months, almost. And then, what is that one? Wanting more broke the old pattern. Okay. Yeah, they grew up really poor, from what I understand. Kind of really poor, whatever that is. South Carolina is actually kind of poor. It's like really rich and really poor. Like when I was driving through it, I was like, blink. because my dad's people are from there. Okay, it didn't end suddenly. You've been shrinking for a while. Feeling unseen starts when you abandon yourself. Okay. Something weird is going on with her. Okay. The cost of becoming. So, feeling unseen starts when you abandon yourself. It didn't end suddenly. You have been shrinking for a while. Silence proved you were never in control, and wanting more broke the old pattern. What are we working with here? I was reading up on her a little bit, and I saw that she was present for his career. She was in his pictures. Basically, she was going to be his first lady for most of everything. I'm looking for the other ones. Oh, here we go. Page of Swords. All right, she's in something new here. And Temperance. Something new. I don't know if she's going to go the way they think she will. There's the Three of Swords. I don't know if they think she's going to go the way. And y'all saw that the FIB is all over his house? They have like 12 or 20 agents all over his house. Why? Why? Oh, good. Uh-huh. See, Five of Swords, King of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and Nine of Cups. Okay, interesting. Hold on. Pentacles, Pentacles. There's a Four of Pentacles, there's a Three of Pentacles. Both of these in reverse as well. He had documents. He has journals. Oh my gosh. He writes his feelings down. He has journals. And I feel like they knew that. Oh, I feel like they knew that. Hold on. This is really interesting. Because we got the Five of Swords. And on one hand, I'm kind of getting like he didn't actually believe what they wanted him. You know, like, if y'all remember, there were several times that I saw him that I said, I think that's AI. So in truth, I think they used him and his likeness a lot. And he had to take the flack for it, right? But he was not in that fight. He was... It's weird because in a way it tormented the shit out of him, right? And I see this Nine of Cups here that is telling me he was trying to do something different, trying to fix his legacy. Because it's weird to me, y'all, that he would be trying to get the sanctions put back on when they were literally just removed in March and they were extended in May by Scotty B. I have on my list, like, how does Scotty B feel about this? Right. I'm getting chills. Hold on. I'm going somewhere. I'm in somewhere right here. Something to do with Scotty B and him. That's opposing. You know what I mean? Those are opposing ideas. If y'all remember, Scotty B, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, you guys. But Scotty B got called to that sit room. You know, oh, the head resident wants you, to find out that his people were in trouble. This is the story that we're concocting. We are storytellers. This is totally off of our own interpretation of these cards we play and the things we receive, okay? So, to refresh the memory, back in March, Scotty B was doing an interview, and Scotty B got called to the sit room because the head resident wanted to talk to him. But what we got was that when he got to that sit room, wasn't no head resident, because if you are part of our community, then you already know the head resident does not exist anymore. So, what was there was a head of the Creme named Lynn in the Vodka country who threatened his family. That's why when Scotty B came back, he was shaken up talking about my son. I would love for my son to, if they called up my son. Your son is not even old enough. What are you talking about? So he was shaken over his son, right? They threatened his child. So Scotty B then gets online and he's like, we're lifting the sanctions. And he lifts the sanctions on those vodka people. Bet. Next thing you know, oh, vodka can now sell their oil while the strait is closed. Okay. Then the extension happened again in May. Meanwhile, we have Ladybug Graham, who has been working on helping the sunflower country for the last couple of years, which is interesting considering how this whole thing with the sunflower has been happening for the last 2 years. But anyway, so he goes to sunflower country to say, we're doing the sanctions. We're putting them back on. I know that meant Scotty B was scared again because his kids were threatened. So, there's a clash here. Like I said, it's interesting because the more I read about the man, now mind you, he's who he is and he's what he was. But just the fact that he took over raising his sister as a daughter after the parents died, that speaks of a person who would not be good with kids getting killed. So this has been a very interesting year for him, is what I'm getting. Who's the advocate for the... Oh, lady? Yeah. This is part of the story. Because he felt trapped. He felt trapped in all this BS. Okay, but something's here. Because now, honestly, this is going to force this to happen. It's going to force the sanctions to go back in place. It's going to force all of that because got to honor the man legacy, right? So he's going to get his wish with that. And she's going to make sure that happens. And I think that's part of the bargain here. Mm-hmm. Because there's a 3 of Pentacles, so there's some deals going down. There's a 2 of Swords. She had to think about it. But there's a Page of Pentacles here. I don't think she's going to play the game the way they think she's going to be playing the game, because she's not the one tied to what her brother got caught up in. In fact, she doesn't even like the way this country's going. This is a new journey here. I don't think she's going to play their game. It is the 4 of Pentacles here, 6 of Cups in reverse here, and the 3 of Wands here. I don't think she's going to be playing their game the way that she thinks they will, because there's the Wheel of Fortune, and then there's the Devil. I do not think she's going to be playing the game the way they thought she would. Okay. I'm getting chills so serious. I don't think she's going to play the way. King of Swords in the upright. And I keep seeing the Knight of Cups because they want to use her as a Trojan horse. But she's, mind you, she is a, listed, voted, whatever, a rep. But I don't think she's going to be playing the game the way they think. Tell me about Darlene, Darlene. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I don't think she's going to play that way. If I feel a little blackmail trying to come up, but I don't think anything's going to work with her. I really don't. I don't think they know who they're effing with. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Interesting. So we got the 8 of Swords and we got this Page of Swords. Once again, she comes out as this Page of Swords. I don't think they know who they're messing with. They think she's going to be docile. They think she's going to be agreeable. But I don't see that. Because there's a Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Wands, who is that? In reverse. And the Chariot in reverse. It's like she's not going to be doing things the way that they want her to. There's a Magician card in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. The Sun in reverse. But there's an a Truth card. She can't be bought off by the Blue Star. Like, everything that they had on her brother, they won't have on her. Thank you so much for the stars. It's like, we'll leak this about your brother. Well, guess what? All the trans are. Like, people are already speaking up about her brother. So, yeah, but that's the thing, Sean. Like, all the trans, all the whoever he dealt with, they're already talking because their NDAs are now null and void. So it feels like they want to trap her, but it feels like they can't shake what she feels for her brother because he really talks to her. You get what I'm saying? So, like, she knows a lot of what he's been dealing with and who he is and all that stuff. And she still loved him anyway. Like, when I see pictures of her with him, she's genuinely smiling at him or whatever. So, let me get clear with that. Because I'm like, is that just me talking off of what I'm receiving? Is this what the cards are actually telling me? Am I using these with her? Yeah, she's following her North Star. She's following his spirit, her soul. Page of Pentacles, like I said, she's going to bring something new. Page of Pentacles. I mean, this could be the men, girls, whatever they call themselves. And the Four of Pentacles, like this information coming up, coming off, that's fine because she's still cool with it. Like, who cares? If it comes out, it's out. Like, you can't get me with that. Because I already knew my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already knew him. Yeah, you don't get the feeling either, right? Exactly. Like, she adores him. And I don't think it's just because, oh, he took care of me when my parents died. I'm getting chills. It's like, I knew the real him. And it's interesting because when I do hear other people talk about him, this is where it was like, until this Trump shit, it's like, we can have different opinions type of thing, but I know the person. Like, he was like that kind of person from what I'm understanding, looking at certain things. It's hard to reconcile the last 10 years. And she can, because they talk. So I think she's in grief and she's mourning and she's going to do what she needs to do to honor her brother, not honor these people. That's how I'm getting it. That's how I'm receiving it, is that when I look at these cards, because she's now in a new era. She's by herself. I mean, she has her own kids and a husband, but like the family she grew up with, she is gone. So it's like, silence proves you were never in control, right? Feeling unseen means you've abandoned yourself, and then wanting more breaks the old pattern, and it didn't end suddenly. You've been shrinking for a while. So I'm feeling like she's done shrinking, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like I knew my brother. What are you going to tell me that I don't know? So it's really interesting. I don't know if she'll be a good person, like that. But it's like, it just feels like you can't, they're not going to get what they think they want with her. Especially if she even so much as suspects that they did something, which I think she does. Which I think she does. And there she is again. That girl not stupid. Look at her. She looking right at the moon. She talks to her brother. There's suggestion that she's the one who actually called, because they said it came from Virginia or wherever she was staying. I don't know. Ooh. She doesn't trust this man, Page of Cups, because her brother didn't. She knows information. She knows some information. I don't think she's going to be the little cat they think she's going to be. Nope, she's going to fight. She's not going to play with them. Nope. Silly goose. Okay, so I do think she's going to be a rogue agent, so to speak. That's interesting. I was not expecting that, but kind of was. Yeah, Seven of Swords. This is, having a conscience. No. And then we have Hangman here. The resistance. She's going to resist them. And then, she does doubt herself. There's a Four of Wands here. But also, she doesn't trust these people. And there's the Fool card again. So, holding back is what I'm going to go with here. Because gullible, distracted, doesn't seem to fit. And King of Swords, she's very much so aware of where she don't even like that man. I was going to finish the sentence, but she don't like Toddy Waddy. She doesn't like him. I think she was telling her brother not to confirm him in the first place. Yep, Five of Swords again in reverse. Again. And this is making amends, winning the fight, end of conflict. Do you think she'll vote against her own? The save. Let me see, save act. Is she going to do... Will she do the save act? Hi, Aaron. Ebony Aaron. Yeah, I don't think she's a lunatic. Actually, I don't know. It looks like probably not, because there's some temperance here compared to this emperor. Again, they're trying to ram this shit in. So this looks like a no. Again, it's a Page of Wands situation, and we're looking at Wheel of Fortune, and we're looking at Ace of Pentacles. So, and then there she goes again with the stalling and the hidden secrets. Now, like, she and her brother talks a lot. I think she knows the point of everything. Page of Wands, new journey, fearless, change, destiny. No, it doesn't feel like... Let's see for sure. Will she vote for the save? Will she vote for... Yeah, definitely lying, but she would know. She would know how he feels. So would she vote for the save? Would she vote for the save? No. There's the Knight of Swords. This is her not doing what they said to do. And that's the Emperor in reverse. And she's like, nope, I've been waiting on this. And she's not bound to their decision making. I don't think so. Could be wrong. But the chills I'm getting with it, I don't think so. It's like, yeah. Okay, this Four of Pentacles came out again and again and again and again. Because Four of Pentacles should be greed, possessiveness, hoarding, control. It feels like she's going to keep her vote. And that's going to feel like a betrayal. Yeah, I think she's going to keep it away from them. Because again, she's not beholden to these people. That's the Lover's card in reverse. She's not beholden to them. And she has her own guiding light, her own star. And I don't think the blue star can influence her the way that it could influence her brother. And honestly, I was going to say, okay, it does have something to do, because I'm thinking about like how the blue star was able to get her brother. And it's something to do with, honestly, I'm going to say manufactured evidence. Yeah. That the Yahoo had created on him. So I'm going to say it's manufactured evidence. Like, he did his dirt, right? And he did his thing. But he was doing it with whomever he was doing it with. But it feels like there's something evidentiary. Oh, that. No, I did not talk about that. I do have ICEy on my book. Right there, the second line. I do have it there. But I'm saying, because there's some heartbreak here, and then these are my PEDS cards, the guys who committed those things. So I think they have manufactured evidence of that. Or it was somebody they sent his way who turned out to be underage. And he didn't think he was underage. So it's something like that. Like, there's, being a Rainbow Coalition actually isn't the real problem. It's the fact that they do have that information on him. that manufacture information that looks like he was into children. And that broke his heart, but it also got him turning against his own conscience. Whew. Like that weighed heavy. That weighs really heavy. So it's a great deal of shame. It's a great deal of shame. Yep. I wonder if Toddy's been around for a while, so he could actually have something to do with that too. Because see, there's definitely something going on down in secret, and the evidence they have, the blackmail, etc. So that's what they were using against him. Ooh, and so that's definitely one of the threats, the messaging of letting that out, letting his name be found in the files. That's interesting. Okay. Toddy. Toddy is manufacturing fake evidence too as we speak. Yep. There's the Two of Pentacles. Really out of priority. Overwhelmed. Yeah. They had him tied. Okay. Last thing we'll do. Oh, shoot. Hold on. There she is, though. Injustice. I think Homegirl is going to avenge her brother by denying him. Girl, seriously. Seriously, the honeypotting. He was present to the rape and torture. That's what I'm saying. They got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, by manufacturing, I don't mean necessarily it being fake. I mean it like was something they created specifically for this point, is what I'm saying. Because there's the children right there, six of cups. So that's what I'm saying, is he was present. Like he was evidenced. We'll put it that way. Evidenced. But justice is coming. All right. Justice is coming, and that temperance she's going to bring is coming. Okay. So let's see. I was going to ask, is Grassley number 3? Because, you know, he's 92 years old, 95 years old. But, let's see. Let's go to, well, let me ask this ICEy question. Do you have a specific question about it, Sean? Because I was just going to see what happens to them. Oh, and she's the first woman in South Carolina Senate now. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually tries to run herself. She might. There's that 3 of Swords again. And a 2 of Swords. So she actually is thinking about it. That's like maybe to follow in his footsteps, because she really is thinking about it, and it's a new journey for her. Page of Wands. That's interesting. Like to follow, like to really follow in her brother's footsteps, to take over. And not take over like as he was doing, but take over as he wanted it to do. Yeah, against the Emperor. Interesting. But the other lady, yeah, not Virginia. What's her name? Doesn't it start with an A? I could have it wrong. All right, what do we want to know about the ICEy? I'll go into like 6:30 and then I'm done. Oh, the speech. Hold on. I want to know about the speech. But I do think the speech, this shit threw itself out again. Again. Thinking about the speech. Again. 8 of Cups. 6 of Wands. So we're looking at a false victory. 10 of Wands. Judgment card in reverse. And the Fool card in reverse. Hold on. So He's about to try to commit treason. Y'all know he wants to declare those people. This is interesting. So the Four of Cups here. Oh, okay. How Collins was feeling. She voted for them to have body cams. Oh no. Cameras were on. When they did the act. What? Okay. The Four of Cups. This is saying, on one hand, I think they're looking forward to it. They're willing. They're waiting to see. Okay, yeah. So they're waiting to seize the opportunity. They are going to commit treason. This is the point. This is exactly what they're trying to do. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this is the plan of the speech. Is on Thursday after the confirmation that they think is going to go through, they're planning to announce something that is absolute treason, which is him saying Georgia is undone. Okay, so they're going to expect that victory. They're excited about it. They want to seize this opportunity. That's what they think is going to happen. However, these cards say no, it's not going to happen. These cards are back here. So it's like past. It's like, yeah, not going to happen. These cards are here. So they're saying 10 of Wands. Nah, honey, you're not going to be able to pull that off. Avoiding duty. This is the Judgment card in reverse, which is saying there's doubt here. So I'm thinking this isn't going to go through because now it's like, ooh, we got to change the speech. The Fool card, too. This is saying you're not moving forward. This is being held back, recklessness, gullible, distracted. So it feels like it's going to be, especially with two majors being right here, it feels like, what the hell are we going to do now? If, and I'm still putting an if on it, but the way it looks in today's energy, that this boy is not going to go in. Toddy Waddy is not going to make it to be permanent. This is how it's reading right now. Y'all know this week has been so wonky and we're on day one. It's been hard to read this week for me because it's so much in the air. But we have an Eight of Cups here and we have a Devil. It's like, what are we going to do? Are we going to go along with him or are we walking away from them? That's what we're looking at. Okay, so curious how she was feeling. That woman is locked into like Parkinson's or something. Susan. What are her thoughts now that she is over a very public death? We had a King of Wands and the Hangman. So they're going to vilify this guy. At least they're going to try to. They're trying to scrounge up any dirt they can on him. But it's kind of hard, right? He's been here 35 years. He's raised citizen children, blah, blah, blah. He had legal papers. Yada, yada, yada. He was on his way to help people with jobs and work. And they, as somebody put it, they were like, there's like a total of like 700 or something immigrants in that city or whatever. So they had to deliberately go looking for them. So there's that aspect of it, right? Is that they're going to try to persecute him. But the problem is what's coming out about him is that he's an upstanding citizen, pretty much. Like he's not, he's legal. This is what you wanted. He's legal. So there's a Four of Pentacles. They're trying to keep things tight on it. But it's a no-go, honey. You're creating your own. Oh, wow. That's interesting. We have the thing with Graham. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, she's going to be the slam dunk. And now we have this. they have a new nominee. I can't remember what his name is. Tell me about Susan. How does she feel now that she's over this? Okay. She's going to try to spin it. We're looking at the Knight of Cups. How can I say this in a way that would make it good for my constituents? Make them believe me. Maybe I can say that we're going to try to get justice. Maybe I can say this will not go. This is the Ten of Swords here in reverse. That's usually the light at the end of the tunnel, but what is she going to say? That this will not go I don't want to say punished. It's more like unresolved. So I think there's going to be a sacrificial cop. Okay. They're protesting at her thing. Yeah, I think there's going to be a sacrificial cop. We have a 9 of Wands here. She's trying desperately to hold on. 10 of Pentacles. The money people are talking to her. But this legacy here, this is damaging her legacy because there's the government in reverse and then there's the 3 of Swords. So this is the people being brokenhearted. Oh my God, I've seen like somebody crying like really bad. She's like, I can't. The Magician. The 6 of Cups. And the Emperor. Okay, it feels like she's battling like how to please the people and the master, so to speak. Because she can't come out too strong against the block boys because she's a GOP. I will say this is an opportunity for her to do something. But I think what's going to happen is a new person rises. This is the Page of Pentacles. A new person is going to be on the scene. I think whoever this new guy is that they've gotten to try to replace Graham, he's going to come out strong with this. Because I see a 7 of Pentacles. It's who people have been waiting on. Somebody to stand up, somebody to fight. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. So this is what they've been wanting. Somebody with value. Someone who has an abundance of compassion for everyone. Every Mainer, so to speak. And they're going to try to smear him. But what I will tell you is that this is actually a divine calling for this person. To step up and to help that place see something new, see and be someone or something new. So I think she's met her challenge, not just in the situation, but in the person who's going to step up in the middle of the situation. So does this mean, what's this guy's name? I just heard his name recently. Does this mean that Susie will be losing? Is Susie going to lose? Yep, end of world. It will be incomplete. They're going to put her out to pasture. That's the 4 of Swords in reverse. 3 of Wands, whatever plan she had is now going to be reversed. Ace of Cups says we need something new. And we're going to demand something new. She is not the nurturer we need. So we are refusing her. She has broken our heart because she does not stand up in this moment. And we're going to turn out and vote her out. It's a done deal. On to something new, something else. She's not going to be able to keep it out. This person who comes in is going to be seen as a leader. That's interesting. He got the eagle, so he's going to represent who America is and what America will be. And I'm saying he. I think it's a he. I'm not sure. But he will earn the vote. Eight of Pentacles. He will absolutely earn the vote to where people know there's only one choice. And it will go to him. Or her. Whatever that is. Whoever it is stepping up. Somebody else is going to be stepping up. She's where she fails. So, what about... Interesting. I think Graham is actually going to try to use this as a rehabilitation thing as well. Because it feels like it is something passionate with him. Obviously, he can't get the vote again unless they write him in. Because there's a Four of Cups here. And it kind of feels like he's refusing to back down. He might back up this new person and partner with them and help him secure, whoever this new person is, the vote here. But they are definitely going to be doing it in defiance of the Block Boys dude, whatever he's called, the DH person, because they're going to follow their conscience. They're going to follow their conscience. This is interesting. Yeah. There's going to be some, I didn't read this, but it's still here. I feel like all this is going to do is strengthen the resolve of the state even more, the people even more. I think it's going to break through some of those people who were still holdouts. Yeah. There's the breakthrough card, the Tower. So absolutely, I think it's going to break through those people who had their racism and all that stuff, because now they're going to see the humanity of what this is. It's no longer across the country. It's no longer in other people's cities and states. It's right here. So I think this is going to be the breakthrough that's needed to get people over the line. And that's that. Yeah. It's waking people up, and they're not going to be beholden to what they thought things used to be. They're going to go with what things actually are, and their conscience. They're going to grow in power and in compassion and in passion. So basically, they're going to see people they didn't think they had. I keep hearing Maine or strong. Like, I just keep hearing Maine or strong. So I think they haven't seen anything yet, right? This is lighting people up. This is lighting people up. And they didn't want to do that. Okay, so final thing. Damn it. You think I would learn to finish writing my notes. Was it two separate what? Oh. Was it two separate days? Let me put Nolan by that. Okay. Lady K, where are you? That's where we'll end with. Lady K, where are you? Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Are you in Louisiana? Like, what is that song? That's down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Spody Odie. Hold on. Dopalicious. Okay, lyrics. Um. Okay. How is this your song? Dickie shorts and linen clean, leaning, checking out the scene. Gangster boys, bliggers, mitts, riding out, talking shit. Where do you want to go? You know the club don't close till 4. We'll party till the party anymore. As a plot Dickens, it gives me the Dickens. Reminiscent of Charles, a little discotheque. No, that's not it. That's not it. I think it's just the damn James from Good Times. That's where they got it from. Yeah, I think that's all it was. I'm like, how do you feel? Or like, where are you? And it's like, damn. Because I'm trying to see it, but I think that's all it is. All right, so final thing here. And thank y'all for the gifts and the shares and the subscribes. Because you got to be subscribed in order to talk to us. Oh, they were protesting at her office? Okay, makes sense. The folks out there. Wow. Okay. This is not what I thought I was going to see. Is this what we're talking about? Because this... Oh, wait. We're talking about the people. All right, never mind. I was like, this don't seem like it's for her. Because we have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Star card in reverse. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. So, we have the Strength card and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, Maynards are going to be fine. And you have the Two of Pentacles. So, and then you have the Temperance card. Yeah, they're going to fight, but they're strong. Like, this just really feels like you got this lion here. Yeah, like a triumph. Yeah. But it's also like, I feel like disappointment also. And like what's happening. Like, this would not be happening under me type of thing. Yeah, because there would be no Steven in the, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm definitely seeing Maynard strong, you know, outlasting this. We have, again, between this, these Two of Cups is another lion. So there's the lion, like a heart of a lion, like the protection, provision, because the female lion does that, you know. It's a moment of being lost. I do see that with the Star being in reverse. And again, the Lovers. So it's like a broken heart of like, how does this happen here? And the Two of Pentacles is really shaking up the way people's values are. And what's really interesting is we're getting like a lot of twos, right? So we have the two with the Lovers. Mind you, it's a 6 card, but it's two people. Two with the Lovers, two with the Pentacles. Then we get the Two of Cups. And then we also have the Temperance, which is about balancing out these two things as well. So Maine's going to be okay. They're going to be okay. She won't, but they will. Because the strength is there. It's there. Maine, it's strong, man. And it'll take care of its people. There's the Empress. It will be definitely taking care of its people. Whoa. Okay, So where is Lotus? Lotus, 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 where are you? What are you doing and how do you feel? That's so funny. I look at the lyrics and I'm like, I walked up on her and was almost paralyzed. Her neck was smelling sweeter than a plate of yams with extra syrup. Eyes beaming like 4 carats apiece, just blinding the N-word. Felt like I chiefed a whole O of that presidential. I was like, why did my eyes land on presidential? So how are you feeling? Are you feeling presidential? Like, are you feeling like you're ready for it now? And it's interesting because can't gamble feeding baby on that dope money might not always be sufficient, but the United Parcel Service and the people at the post office didn't call you back because you got cloudy piss. Now you're back in the trap just like that. Trapped. Go and marinate on that for a minute. So I think she couldn't get out of it. Like, she's back. I do feel like she's back. She tried to walk away. There it is. The 8 of Cups. She tried to walk away. It looks like, I think she really did want to just put somebody new forward. But the 8 of Cups is showing she could not walk away. Because the Page of Swords doesn't feel like a new person to me. It feels more like her getting resolved and her ready to take up the mantle. Because here's the 10 of Cups and here's the Death card. And it's interesting because looking at this Death card, it feels like, okay, it's time for change. Like, usually when you see this Death card, it's not facing you forward, you know? It's usually like off to the side when you see these pictures. But this feels like cavalry. Does that make sense? Because this Death card has a flower in it. You see that on the flag? It's not a cross and bones. It's a flower. It's a daisy. It's actually growing. It's not dead. So this Death card feels like I'm bringing change. And the 10 of Cups, this is interesting. Because while it's a celebration card, it's also about her feeling the people's overwhelm. Like, look how those cups are stacked. Like, one more thing and it just topples. That's what everything feels like. So she's feeling the burden of this choice, it feels like. Like, she can't walk away. You know? I mean, I feel you on that, Sean. I really do. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm not saying she's Jesus, okay? Let's get that clear. But there's a part of this story in the Bible where it's like Jesus was like, why do I have to do this? You know, in a way. And I think it's like before he goes to Calvary or something. Or whatever. I can't remember. But it was like kind of a moment of doubt, you know? Like, do I really want to do this? And that's where it feels like she has been for a minute, right? So I'm looking at this 4 of Cups. And this 4 of Cups is like, do I take it? Do I take the weight of this? Because I don't think people understand how much weight this will be on the next person. Like, we have to have a transition. But if we don't, what if we're stupid enough not to have a coalition that transitions? Then the weight on the next person to have to call the plumber to deal with this overflowed toilet and the broken up tile that has all the feces in it is going to be too much on one person. So honestly, it feels like a lot of weight sitting on her. Like, do I want to do this? So it's almost, that's why I said this Page of Swords feels like trying to steal her resolve of, I can't leave them to face this by themselves. Like, I have to be part of the cavalry of change. And the Ten of Swords, at least here, feels like there is a light at the end of the tunnel after being backstabbed, you know, by the internet, by the people who said she wasn't black enough, or that she wasn't this enough, or she didn't speak out against the G stuff that was happening. And it's like, but she did. You know, she called for a two-state solution. Like, she left a meeting with the Yahoo and then immediately went to the podium, platform, whatever the press thing was, and was like, two-state solution, you know. And he's been trying to get everybody into the one state. And she's like, no, two. And people can't understand what that means. That means, no, you have a right to live, they have a right to live. Two. That's what that means. Anyway, so this right here will have to be dealt with, the manipulation. But they swear that they love her. Like, I'm like, choose a story. Either she loves them or she doesn't. You know, like, she can't be both. She can't be a blue star lover and hated by the blue star. Like, choose it. Choose your story. And that's the other thing. The story is conflicted. That's why these algorithms need to be dealt with. These magicians, these people who have gate kept and who have been able to decide what people get to see and decide who gets to win. So this has to be dealt with. The Judgment card is saying we can't not deal with this. Like, we have to. But she does feel like she has a contract, not a contract, a burden, a gift, a calling, like all of that. Yeah. And then there's the legacy here that she wants to deal with. The legacy, the high priestess, there's, you know, she's a very intuitive person. There's the world card. I think she's ready. Six of Swords. Ready to transition, ready to move into whatever's next. Oh, they do need a raise, though. That's crazy. And also, their spouse needs an income because, you know, this would be our first female. Well, technically, our second. But, though legitimately, she was our first for a few hours. But the first lady role, we'll just stick to that for a second. The first lady role is an unpaid role. And we demand so much of them. They pretty much end up having to leave their careers. They have to create a program. They have to travel and speak. Like, they have to do all this shit and don't get paid. And it's like, yeah, but the president gets paid. Okay, cool. But she's still working. It's like, as long as it was a female, nobody cared, right? But she had to work as well. She had to smile. She had to make sure she had on certain clothes. You know, like, she had to do the girl things, but then she also had to do a working woman thing. And she didn't get paid. And now that there's a chance that we're going to have our first man, it's like these people should be paid. Like, they should be paid for their time, their effort, their everything too. And I think the president only gets paid like $400,000. It's like, dude, you should not be paid less than a Burger King CEO. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be so tempted to grift. Like, you shouldn't be so tempted at all. I mean, you shouldn't get paid less than a football coach. Yeah, Eleanor was running everything, bro. Shoot. Anyway, so I think there's a lot that needs to be adjusted. And the same thing with second wives, whatever. I mean, honestly, I never see a second wife, really. Usually. I barely saw Jill. I barely saw, well, when Jill was the second wife, I barely saw her. And I barely saw Oosh girl. But anyway, but I will tell you, she's feeling a great burden, but she also feels like it's a calling. So there's an Empress right here. I do think she will eventually go for her seat. And the women will celebrate. The women will. I do think she'll eventually go for her seat. Where she is now, I don't know. I think she's feeling the weight of it right now. Oh, child, what's happening at the blah, 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 at the white place? They're covering it up. I don't want to use these for that. Yeah. Like, if my husband was president, you wouldn't get me to do shit. Am I getting paid? No? Okay. I'd be like, Melania, you paying me? Okay. Oh, no. You got to pay me for every event I have to attend. Because I got to get my hair done, my makeup done, my clothes. And I got to stand there and smile. And I got to shake sweaty hands. Oh, no. Y'all didn't elect me. You hired me. Pay me. I mean, Melania do got that part right, y'all. Pay me. I got to make my own money. Because, and I got to give up my life. Like, you hear Michelle talk, and she's like, she can't do anything, like, by herself. Like, she has to take security, and they have to pay for that security, you know? And when you find out there's a lot that they pay for on top of that, child. Like, why do they have to pay for their own dinner? Like, literally, the man is up all night. Man, female, whoever, is up all night working real hard, trying to protect this country, trying to help run this country, and you got to pay for your own dinner? Baby, that should be part of the perks. What was I looking at? And this would be the absolute last one. I forgot what I was looking at. What's her? Okay. Cammy. I think that was it. Was that it? We just looked at ICEy. I'll do Rokana tomorrow. Maybe. Because I'm going to be doing readings for subscribers and members tomorrow. So I may not get to any readings tomorrow, actually. Other than subscribers and members. So I'll put Rokana for Wednesday. Not Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. No, I'll be doing tonight for members and readers. Okay. So I'm going to put Rokana for Wednesday. And like I said, I do want to look at Scotty B one more time for that. And because obviously Graham was working against what he was doing. And we looked at the speech. Okay. We'll just let that rock for tonight then. Oh, Grassley. I just want to know one more time. Are we going to have a third? Will it be the power of threes? Are we working on the... Okay. Illusions and delusions. That was a 7 of Cups. Will we have a third one happening? Besides the orange man, because technically I don't count him as alive. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Will there be a third It's so funny. I mean, not funny, haha, but funny. That when we did the reading in April or May, I forgot which one exactly. There's a yes for that. Oh, somebody is going to the spirit world. Hold up. Because the hermit for me is spirit world. Um, Whoa. Are you serious? Oh, wow. You were FB friends with his wife? That's crazy. But this is a yes. Yes to somebody wandering the spirit world. Hold on. Hold on. What were we just asking about? Okay. Is there going to be a third major name in Congress? Y'all, that came out again. That's a yes. I don't know which one though, because we have an emperor and a queen. Now, if it's the emperor, that means they might finally announce this man is gone, especially after Toddy Waddy's confirmation doesn't go right, if that continues to be the case. Yeah, because the queen is strong. So the queen is strong, and she's guided by conscience, so she's still here. So this feels like it's going to be a guy, because the fool in the reverse, and then we have memory card, a card about memories, and then we have the death card, and then we have escaping justice, and then we have everybody celebrating because you gone. Are they gonna do it? Are they going to admit that guy is finally gone? Ooh. Somehow she learned an integrative doctor. Oh, she's an integrative doctor. What? You know, they say when you're sleepy, you can receive better and judgment. Your door is not as closed. This is interesting. Are we looking at a third person? That's a 5 of Wands, so that's a no card. Why'd you fall out? Let's see if we can explain that one. Show me what that means. Okay. For every season, turn. Okay, so what's happening? I just realized we got the fighting in the streets we were talking about. Thanks to this Maine thing. Oh, man. Because there's the night again. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Something's gonna happen. Okay, I do think we're gonna hit this. Okay. I wonder if they're gonna keep us from seeing it once again. Because, y'all, I have 4 yes cards here on this table. 4 yes cards. The 9 is a maybe, but the 9 is my spirit world card, and the 6 of swords is my river of Styx card. So you're going across the spirit world. You're going to the spirit world from the river of Styx, and I'm getting this emperor again. Y'all, I don't think they will do that. Oh, shit. But they might. They might. Because the Wheel of Fortune is here too. It's saying yes. Then the spirituality is saying yes. And then there's Narco. Oh, shit. They might. Because this is the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands in reverse. Now, mind you, this is the way they were supposed to tell us he was gone, and they never did. And here again is the memory, nostalgia card. All these are yeses, except for that hermit that was there. But all of these are yeses. This is a yes. This hangman is a maybe, but the queen is a yes, the 3 of wands is a yes, and then we have the mausoleum card. The strength in reverse is a yes, the pentacles are a yes. Okay, so the what you call this? This is hidden. The high priestess is still spirit world. But that's a yes. I'm sorry, that's a maybe card. And then we have the 9 as a yes. The magician as a yes. So, I don't want to say they're going to do it. Because every time they're supposed to, they don't. I think it's going to hinge on what happens to Toddy Waddy. Girl, listen. I think it's going to hinge on what happens to Toddy Waddy. Because he is the linchpin. He is the linchpin to their next thing. Will they be able to steal the contest? Will they be able to reverse 2020? He's the linchpin. And if they're able to do that, guess what? Then they let the guy go. Then they let the guy go. Then they will announce that he's gone. We have Judgment and we have the Empress. They'll be blowing the horn saying, Daniel, he's gone. You see the grave, he's gone. So then they'll let him go. Those are yes and then the yes. And then the star, he gets to go to the star world. That's a yes. The knight, he's passing over. Yes. Magician was a yes. Ace of Pentacles was a yes. They would let him go if Todd gets in. Because then they can get to the next phase of their plan, which is tomato soup with a C, not an S. All right, so is that the plan? Let's see if that's the plan. Is the plan, once Toddy Waddy, yes, this is anxiety. So this is where they are, what they're working to get, but they are worried. If Toddy Waddy gets confirmed, is the next plan tomato soup? Oh, they wouldn't have to. It's something, because there's a 5 of Wands, but it's in reverse though. And then there's a 4 of, oh, okay. Then they would be able to move on to the, then they'd be able to move on to the, yep, damn. Okay, yep, damn. Hold on, yep, okay. Let me show you. So if he gets confirmed, then they get to avoid a conflict. And they might be attempting the soup in the violent way if he doesn't get confirmed. If he does get confirmed, then they'll continue with this quiet souping that they're doing. Because if he gets in, then they celebrate, then they will continue to fortify the the place, so that we can't get into it, and then they can have their authoritarian, while the tech boys run everything and imprison us, and everybody gets what they want. All the richies get what they want, including destroying our cities. That's crazy. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only, because then they can put him to rest and get what they've finally been waiting on, which is ending of democracy and choosing a new king the way that they want to do it. That is... Ugh. Okay. This story is so interesting. It has so many choose your own adventures. If y'all remember those books, it would be like you have something and then it's like make a decision, go to page 6 or go to page 25. That's what it feels like, a choose your own adventure. What page do you want to read? Now, mind you, I never finished one of those books because I would just bookmark that page, go see what the other one says. If I like it, I'll keep going. If I don't like it, I'm going to go back and choose the other one. So yeah, we are looking at treason and conflict coming. That's it. That's all. Treason and conflict. This man is drooling. If y'all remember who this is Stephen. He is drooling drooling to get rid of anything that has melanin to it. And he wants to do it so violently. But I think there's a hitch to the plan. There's a hitch to the plan. Exactly. There's a hitch to the plan. 10 of Swords in reverse. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. 4 of Swords. I think somebody else is going. I think somebody else is going. There's another grieving time at the WH. There's a death card, y'all. That's the death card. Ooh, do I think he would? I think Katie would get the edge. Listen, Katie would do that. Y'all, somebody's going to the spirit world. Literally, from death to spirituality. To have it and put the dove in the cup. To God being like, come on, child, come on. Listen, it's coming. There's another one. Because somebody's got to... All this right here, you're gonna have to face the piper. Ooh, I just got an impression it's gonna be a younger person. Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh wait. Okay. I think this is a younger person because if y'all remember, yesterday we said that Ira has some people over here on our streets who have a list of things to do. This is interesting because this is Russell's card. The guy whose last name is Vought. The guy who we don't talk about enough, but they call him the Grim Reaper. It feels like there's a release from that devil. There's a fight here. Okay. I feel somebody younger. Because he would be in his 50s. I feel somebody younger. Wait, yeah, is that going to be in this hot July? I don't know. Why do I have both kings? Oh. I don't think Ira's the only one who has people over here. I think the prince does too. Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait, is that... I don't think we count him. King of Cups is also, if I'm not mistaken, I think we either made him king or queen in reverse. I can't remember. But I think that's also Kush. Girl, listen. The rest of us get karma. Like, I talk bad about people, I get a lie bump. The rest of us get karma. So, they should too. I think this might be Kush, honey. I think this might be Kush. Somebody who's moving real estate, having to carry a burden here, but he's not able to do it all. There's a Queen of Pentacles here. Yes, something to do with money. I think the prince is not happy with Kush. Think so, because here's the foreign guy, here's the go time, here's the begging, but nobody's listening. And here's the unfulfilled desires, the emotional, this is emotions. This feels like airplane, maybe? It might be airplane. This is air card. 2 wings, basically. Is that Kush? Girl, he's horrible. It could be him, though, because right off a cliff. But no. It could be him, because he's such a greedy little bastard. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. That's a yes. These are 2 yes cards. Whoa. She did receive some threats. The daughter. Yep. See, this is paying the piper. 7 of Swords. Oh, yeah. 7 of Swords. This is the 7 of Wands. 7 of Swords is meeting your consequences. 7 of Wands is trying to hold your ground. He's trying to print money, basically. Trying to make money happen. He is locked in this partnership. But I think they're going to send the goons after him. Yep, because he's isolated. And the money he's trying to get is like tight. He's trying to make deals and it's like tight. And here comes the mausoleum, followed by that King of Wands. I don't know, y'all. I think Kush is about to meet it. Accidentally. He does travel a lot. Sassy, I like sassy. I know you may want them alive and in prison, but listen, I think if there's a prison, they would run. Listen, no. That's a nine of swords in reverse. That's not enough fear for them. It's not. Because they will find somebody who will not send them there. Somebody who will bend the law. No. I mean, I'm not wishing death on people. I'm really not. Let me clear that. But I'm just saying, some of them will be able to get away with it simply because they're watching them. They are watching them from afar. When I say there's some hidden agendas, there's some blackmail going on that's going to come out. Yeah, this Queen of Pentacles, this is something to do with that greediness, the money. Who is this? That's not his wife. That could be his mistress. If he has a female mistress, he could have another kind of mistress as a queen. Because no victory, and again, trying to get up this money, trying to pay these people back, trying to get the contracts, trying to do what they asked him to do, and I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. Girl, I think he's looking at it, but JK's wifey, yeah, hold on. Dang, I got chills just now. As long as it's accidental. Yeah. The thing is, too, they're not going to want to say it is not accidental because of how it would be judged. But y'all, there's a ghost walking the grounds. I think there's another one coming. Is this before, I'm getting August. Is this around August festival? I don't know. I think so. Because look at this. Something he's not surviving. Wandering the grounds. It could be him or it could be one of the boys. There's somebody who's going to pay. There's somebody who's going to pay. And they're plotting on it. They're across the way and they're plotting on it. There's somebody who is going to end up paying for these things falling apart. It was so reckless to go in to deal with them because they're going to put you in the mausoleum. Y'all, there's another person. There's another person. It feels like Kush. There could still be that one in the... Oh, they got a mercenary knight. Yep, there's somebody they're hired. Oh, Lord. This boy. We got the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is burnout. This is being overwhelmed. Not being able to deliver. The 4 of Pentacles. trying to save something. But they got a mercenary night out. Like, it was really foolish to get into bed with these people. I know they're looking for help. Maybe they'll find it. But I know right now, the hit is on. Wait, yeah, don't they have like a fatwa or whatever? Listen, it could be a mistress. Oh, yeah, kegs. Oh, my God. We read on him yesterday. I forgot what we read. But he used all the Korean product on her face, girl. He be lifting that skin too often. Something's happening, though. He's trying to move from Peter to Paul. He's trying to take from Peter and give to Paul. Then people coming after him, and he knows it. He's been threatened already. He's trying to make sure that he can get it together. They said that you should have had this wrapped up by now, and you don't. And I don't think you ever will. I think they're going to cause an accident. I do. Look at that. Nine of Swords. This junk is sitting on his head. I can't tell you if it was in reverse or not. I really can't because it flipped out. But I think it's a nightmare. He's been threatened. He's been threatened. And the devil card is poking its head out at me, y'all. The devil card is poking its head at me. He's been threatened. And this man is scrambling. Seven of Cups. He's scrambling. He's trying to make the money, either through the crypto shit or whatever. But that prince ain't playing. He ain't playing. And he threatening blackmail. I will release the hounds on you, buddy, and put an end to your world. And this boy is not surviving it while he looks from afar and his soul leaves because he is trapped. Y'all. We're going to leave that right there. We're going to leave that one right there. Somebody's in trouble. And I think that somebody is Mr. Jet Setter, who's been really, really, really scared because things aren't going the way that he wants them to go. And he's not the only one. Scotty B is scared out of his mind too. You know, look at that. Listen, that devil right there. So we got that page with the leaks and the whistleblowing. We have legal. These are our women in the House of Representatives who's been looking at stuff. We got the devil breathing down your neck for what you did. We got the files that's still here. And you got to be careful because some of these knights are over here from different countries and you have no idea. And you break that contract, they coming after you. And they will slice and dice. And they're getting tired of waiting on their money. So, please understand that agenda is not going to be that hidden. I won't say I'm fearful for them. I'm just saying maybe they should be fearful for themselves because that don't look good. I'm going to leave it right there. Yeah, he's playing in their face, and that's not smart. They sold their souls. Yep, they absolutely sold their souls. And I don't think it's really to be a part of this administration. I think they were forced to be on some level, but also they had contracts. They promised that they would be able to give people contracts or access or whatever. Listen, all this shit with CNN, CBS, them Larry and his boy, that stuff is finna. That's why they got Lindsay's sister. But Lindsay's sister is not going to play the game they want her to play. And I do still think somebody else is going to drop. They are scared. When I say they're scared, they are scared. Okay, well, this is the movie. The story was always going to end the same. So, yeah. And until next time, ladies. Like I said, I'll endeavor to be on earlier tonight so we can do the subscriber and member readings. I don't know if we'll do a political reading tonight, but I will see y'all about 10 or 11 o'clock. I don't know. It's already 7. So we'll see what happens. And I don't mean AM. I meant PM. But I think I have class tonight. Anyway, peace, y'all.